ceilings and there was water sitting in there.
Really?
And that's what smelled that one time we came in here. It was so bad.
You want to check that out, make sure it's not mold or nothing up
Yeah.
there.
I'll have to mention it to Larry.
Thank you. Oh, boy. That's not too long. We should be out of here by 6:45. This Board of Construction Appeals is Michael McGovern. Is that Alicia McGovern's husband?
No, her husband's name is Terry.
I thought it was Mike for some reason.
I don't know who that
For
is.
some reason I thought it was him.
Unless that is his given first name and it's Michael Terry or something. But I thought Alicia's husband was
I thought it was Mike for some reason. That's why I asked, just to make sure. Let me look in my spam calls. Curious.
yeah. Hey Larry.
CBS?
Kevin just mentioned that he thinks this room, when he walked into it, smells musty.
I see it now. Okay. Found the problem.
Right, I know. That's what I told him. You found the problem and fixed
So
it.
let's see if it's totally fixed now.
Oh, okay.
Just hit it right.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Turn lights on. 135. You want the code?
It's 1-3 or 5.
135.
I asked you all why y'all was sitting in the dark.
Oh.
Y'all had these lights off.
We've been doing okay, actually. You wasn't bothering nobody, wasn't nobody bothering us.
I was okay with it. I probably would have fallen asleep late.
I know.
It's been one of those days already.
I was fine with it.
You got the note that Kevin wasn't going to be here.
I just found out. Yeah, I haven't checked. I just got my computer back
Oh.
2 hours ago. So I have to log in on the web. Yeah, he's
I
at,
don't think Don's going to get here either.
I think, yeah, he's at a meeting as well. And then,
He went up to, he's at Lansing too, but I don't think he was he didn't spend the night. So his way back, he might be late.
might be stuck in traffic.
Yeah.
Brian, are you going to MTA?
We might have some modifications on some things. It's got to be presented, I think. We're running by reimbursements on how to do them.
Oh.
So instead of having to keep every single receipt, figuring out what the stipend amount would be for the day.
On what?
Travel expenses. So we were talking about a way to simplify how to track or how to for reimbursement for meals and gas.
Oh, okay.
So we're realizing how much work everybody is putting in trying to take the receipts match and everything else.
Except we'll have to change the township policy if we find something different.
Yep.
Well,
I'm here.
don't shut that. Don't shut it tight, just in case someone has to go up that way.
Yeah, that's gotta stay open. I gotta stay open in case something go run down, we gotta be able to get out of here.
Yeah,
That's the
just like
emergency
that.
exit. That's the safe room. Y'all.
That's the door you need to have open right here.
Why is that case you?
Huh? That's the one you need to have open. That's the closest one.
Well, they closest to me, but that one closer to them.
Well, you complaining to me. It was closed when I came in here.
Yeah, but you fooling with it, so you
Complained to me. Y'all had it
fool-
closed.
You fooling with it, so you get
I went through the door and came back in.
you volunteered.
But Sherry's got the mallet, so we're good.
Huh?
Let me get through this real quick.
Kevin not gonna be here?
I told Ron, I said,
instead of the township is.
Yeah, you've already looked at it all. You've already looked at it.
No, we got 5 people
You,
with
you've
there.
already done your duties. I've been waiting for that thing for 15 years. For that site. I think it's that site.
The homes,
Yeah.
Fulton. Did you?
Not for them, but just that whole.
And
Unless I'm thinking of the wrong one.
Yeah.
Is there gonna be a corn?
recreation director.
No.
Ain't nobody back there.
Where's the boss?
He's in Lansing.
But Kevin
This is.
was up
And
in
so Don.
Lansing lobbying
But
or whatever.
Don
the hell
wasn't
they
spending
doing.
the night.
The demo one was funny because they had called Ron about 2 weeks ago,
Yeah.
and I asked, "Hey, how come
They ain't
this
got
place
nothing to
isn't
do with
going away? I drive by it every
paying
day.
you to come to the
It
meeting."
looks bad. It's falling apart." And he started laughing, and he goes, "It's 'cause
That's
it's on our
exactly what
agenda
I
in
thought.
3
I'm
weeks."
like,
I said, "What?" And he goes, "Yeah, it's exactly what we're doing."
I have a question. When you say the township,
but they're gonna have MTA update at
we let the fire department do a controlled
remember
burn
the first day. It's up.
and
They
only
had that
pay
same thing.
half the price.
It just
The lady, you know,
I'm
we're
not gonna
paying
go.
tonight
I
for
think
the
I got-
demolish the blades to go,
I got to go to my.
you know, the Dell
I
Club.
gotta go back down south. I damn wanna go back down and check on her parents. But
I don't know.
that's in April.
You could ask Ron
But
real quick.
anyway, that's what I thought when I saw that. I'm like, really?
Hey,
Whatever. Amazes me these
Hey.
days. How they
I was reading the board
town
packet
me
and
about
I'm
going
like,
to the conference that I'm supposed to go to.
Questioning on how to save a little money on it.
Willy nilly, huh? Hmm? Week.
The Empire?
Yeah, just like
A lot of work. Shit, I should have went to that one.
hey,
Alec Abassi calls me.
oh no, I just ain't hard.
Okay.
You custom
Got no problem with people going, but
file the paperwork, but he's looking for an
Nobody back there.
attorney to represent him. I said, there's a great one. He says right next to
Do you know where it's at?
Washington County.
Okay.
I don't understand that piece. That
I
they-
said,
they're-
I have a great one that sits right next to me.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
We'll be starting in about 2 minutes.
So I gave him your number.
Thank you.
He goes, Uncle Will, how do you know so many people?
That's where.
Oh, when I went up
My
there,
daughter always asks
last
that.
time
She
I
goes,
was
"How
up
do you?"
there,
I said,
they didn't
"Because
give us
you
no
just
kind of
you
break.
talk to people, you meet them, you become friends with them, and then you meet other people." I said, "It's why we love living in the community we do, because
Hey,
it's got a lot of people, but it's close."
who's gonna go to Warren Evans State of the Union, State of the
I don't remember
County?
getting a break when I went up there. Maybe.
I figure I'd go. I figure I'd go. Woodhaven High.
And yeah,
I figure if I don't have anything for the township that night, are you going to Sheila Pittman's
Like Travis
swearing
said,
in?
I do Grand Rapids, but I mean, it's easier
family
to
coming
go
in.
there.
Family coming in.
I notified.
Huh?
I notified the robotics team. Yeah.
Yeah, I have to respond on some of those. Yeah, that one. That's the one I've been waiting for ages. So the Walden.
Well, when I go up there,
That's
everything in the.
What? And I'm like,
Hey, Ron,
I'm looking at the wrong. We've been. Quick question.
Yeah.
it saves the township a little bit of money if we let the fire department,
We go there, but
we pay somebody to go in there and shovel it up.
Sue them. So when I saw that going, I'm like, that
Like Grand Rapids?
is way
All right, is it? Oh, okay.
overdue. Getting that road done.
I love Grand Rapids.
Corner,
They
getting
really
lights
building up.
fixed. Really?
I don't have no problem.
Proud of myself. while I was reading the board packet.
good idea.
I mean, I was,
I'd like to start the meeting. Please, it's okay.
Were you there doing art pies?
So no fire.
okay.
I'd like to call to order the Charter Township of Van Buren Board of Trustees meeting of March 4th, 2025 at 6 o'clock. Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Oh, you speaking in microphone.
Okay, tonight, the board is going to be looking at the consent agenda, which is how we pay our bills, our board minutes, authorization to change Bill Miner and Ron Akers as representatives to the DUA board, and approval of the reappointments of Michael McGovern and Will Osher to the Board of Construction Appeals, an amendment to the Michigan Mutual Aid Box Alarm Service, and the appointment of Phil Peters to the Board of Zoning Appeals as an alternate, and the Environmental Commission with both terms to expire March 4th, 2028.
Let's go back and do the roll
Can
call.
I get in it?
We do the roll call.
Oh, okay. Let's have a roll call.
All right, Trustee Kelly,
Here.
Trustee Boyne,
He's excused.
Trustee Martin. Here. Trustee Frazier,
Here.
Treasurer Bud.
Here.
Clerk is present, Supervisor.
He's excused.
We have a quorum.
Thank you. I gave the executive summary of the agenda. Can I get a motion for the adoption of the agenda?
Move to adopt the agenda.
I have a motion from Trustee Kelly, seconded by Clerk Wright, to approve the adoption of the agenda. All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. Thank you. The next thing is the consent agenda. Can I get a motion and have it read?
Through the chair, I make a motion to adopt the consent agenda, which consists of the board minutes of February 18th, 2025, prepaid list of February 20th, February 27th, the voucher list of March 4th of 2025, approval of resolution 2025-05, authorization for Bill Minor to be the DUWA board to represent Van Buren Township and Ron Akers to be the alternate representative. Approval of reappointments of Michael McGovern and William Osher to the Board of Construction Appeal with a term to expire February 28, 2028. Approval of Resolution 2025-06, an amendment to the Michigan Mutual Aid Box Alarm System Agreement, and also approval of the appointment of Philip Peters to the Board of Zoning Appeal, alternate, and Environmental Commission will both turn to expire March 4th, 2028.
Do we have a second?
Support.
I have a motion from Clerk Wright and a second from Trustee Kelly to approve the consent agenda. Are there any questions or discussion? Hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Thank you. We don't have a public hearing. Correspondence, announcements, or presentations? I have none at this time. Does anybody else on the board have anything? Okay. Now it's public comment. Is there anyone in the audience that has a public comment on any unfinished or new business? Okay, hearing none, we will move on. There is no unfinished business. The first new business item is to consider approval of the award of a demolition bid to Falcon Demolition LLC in the amount of $49,900 for the ordered demolition of 50778 Michigan Avenue. Trustee Akers.
Thank you, Board. So the property over there at 5778 Michigan Avenue has been vacant for several years, and the condition of the property has deteriorated. The building was formerly an adult entertainment business, which has since gone out of business. The township has provided notices and orders of commendation with condemnation, excuse me, with no response from the property owner. Under our property maintenance code, we do have the ability to do the condemnation, and then there is a process to pursue an ordered demolition, which we have done. So due to this, we've gone out and solicited bids for companies to demolish this property. We did receive 4 bids. After doing our review of the bids and checking our references, the township's recommending that the Board of Trustees award the bid to Falcon Demolition LLC in an amount of $49,900. The expenses come out of the general fund as expense. However, the township does place a lien on the property for this amount, and this lien is payable upon the transfer of the property. This concludes my summary, and I am happy to answer any questions.
Thank you. Can I get a motion?
Chair, I make the motion that we demolition 50778 Michigan Avenue.
Support. Support.
I have a motion from trustee Frazier with a second from clerk Wright to approve the motion. Is there any discussion on the motion? Hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed, same size? Motion carries. Thank you. The next item is, let's get a motion for the
Through the chair.
resolution.
I
Yep.
make the motion to consider approval of Resolution 2025-04, a resolution for the long-term maintenance of the storm water management system at Crossroad Distribution Center North.
Support.
Okay. Clerk Wright, or, I'm sorry, Director Akers again.
Thank you. So the attached resolution does 2 things. The first is it accepts jurisdiction over and accepts the responsibility of the long-term maintenance of the stormwater facilities on the property. And it also approves the stormwater management agreement between Crossroads Distribution Center North LLC and the township for the long-term maintenance of the stormwater system on site. This resolution is a requirement from the Wayne County Stormwater Ordinance and is required. I'm sorry. It's a requirement from the Wayne County Stormwater Ordinance and is required by Wayne County in order for the applicants to obtain their deposits back from the permitting office. To mitigate the township's risk in this effort, we do have the applicants approve a separate agreement which requires them to maintain the systems and authorizes the township to enter the property to enforce our responsibilities. In the letter, it stated the agreement was in the process of being reviewed by our township attorney. It has been reviewed by our township attorney, and they are recommending us to move forward. And that concludes my summary, and I'm happy to answer any questions.
Are there any questions? Hearing none, we have a motion by Clerk Wright, seconded by Trustee Martin to approve the resolution for the long-term maintenance. All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries. Thank you. Item number 3, to consider approval of the second reading of ordinance 0218-2025. Can I get a motion?
I make the motion to approve the second reading of ordinance 02-18 2025, an amendment to the township zoning ordinance to allow for added height in the Belleville Road overlay district with additional building setbacks.
Support.
Okay. Once again, Director Akers.
Thank you. This is the second reading of the proposed ordinance. We gave an overview at the prior township board meeting. At this time, I have nothing further, and I'm happy to answer any questions that the board may have.
Hearing none, that's the second reading. Can we get a roll call vote, please?
Yes. Trustee Kelly.
Yes.
Trustee Martin.
Yes.
Trustee Boyden is excused. Trustee Frazier.
Yes.
Treasurer Bud.
Yes.
Yes for me. Supervisor also excused. Motion passes. All right.
Thank you. Item number 4 is to consider approval of the second reading of ordinance 0218-252, parent 2. Can I get a motion?
Through the chair,
Yes.
I make a motion to consider the approval of the second reading of ordinance as just read by you.
Can I get a second?
Support.
Director Akers.
An update to the property maintenance code. We discussed it at the prior meeting. This is a second reading, and I'm happy to answer any additional questions.
Hearing no questions, roll call vote, clerk.
Okay. Let's start with me. I vote yes. Treasurer Bud.
Yes.
Trustee Frazier,
Yes.
Trustee Martin,
Yes.
Trustee Kelly,
Yes.
Supervisor and Trustee Borden is absent and excused. Motion passes.
Thank you. Item 5, just consider a preliminary site condominium approval request and PRD site condominium modifications as recommended by the Planning Commission. Can I get a motion?
Through the chair, I move to consider a preliminary site condominium approval request and PRD site condominium modifications as recommended by the Planning Commission.
Do I hear support? Support. I have a motion and a second. Director Akers.
Thank you again. The applicant Pulte Homes is seeking preliminary site condominium approval and approval of planned residential development site condominium modifications as specified in their zoning code. The applicant is proposing to construct 75 new single-family homes on a 31-acre property located at the northwest corner of Morton, Taylor, and Tyler. Planning Commission recommended approval of the site condominium proposal to the Board of Trustees, subject to all the conditions of site plan approval at the February 26, 2025 meeting. These conditions are included in the attached reports and the motion extract from the meeting, which outlines their decision. Additionally, the Planning Commission also recommended approval of requested dimensional deviations from the planned residential development standards and site condominium standards, which are before you. These include minimum lot width, side and rear yard setbacks, minimum perimeter setback from public roads, minimum setback from drains, basins, easements, with a recommendation to increase the separation distance between the edge of the McClory drain easement and the building footprint on units 30 and 4 to the extent feasible, minimum building separation, and minimum lot area. As specified, both items have been recommended for approval by the Planning Commission. So this concludes my summary. I am available if there are any questions, and also we have representatives from Pulte, Mr. Joe Score in the audience, and we are both available to answer any questions the board may have.
Through the chair. I have a question. My concern is, once again, with the McClory drain, which runs right through this site. How are we going to make sure that that is free and clear and flowing?
So the homes are going to be located, and again, and the site engineer can get up and speak to it if you would like, but I know the homes are going to be located outside of the drainage easement. There is a legal easement that's about 15 feet wide for the drain that shows that and the homes are going to be located out of it. And additionally, if I recall correctly, please correct me if I'm wrong, but as a part of this development, the McClory drain is going to be cleaned out as well, correct?
That's correct. Here. Good evening, Joe Score, Pulte Homes of Michigan. As that's one of our community benefits, subject to Wayne County approval, we are proposing to clean out the drain.
As it stands on your property, right?
That's correct.
So none of the roadways or nothing's going to be going over on top of that? Because I'm looking at look at this picture.
We can put that on.
I'm trying to find it. I can't.
No, it's just the road's going over it, obviously.
Right to the property.
We're getting a picture up on the screen so we can show you.
Hopefully. Yeah, it runs right through the property.
Hmm.
Maybe.
No.
He's got to turn.
McClory drain right here from Tyler, it goes right through the property out to Morton Taylor.
That's
Roadway's gonna be on
McClory
top
drain
of
right
it.
there.
This.
It'll go under the road.
Right,
Under the road.
right there. That's McClory drain.
There we go.
He just said it outside of it.
He did. Just
Okay.
right through the middle of it.
They're going straight through, they're going through the middle?
We are running that one road through the McClory drain.
So the drain will go under the road?
Correct. All subject to consultants, staff's review, Wayne County's review and approval.
Okay. Okay, I'm good.
Okay. I guess only question I had, I think I already know the answer, but the, what's that, Morton Taylor? Will that intersect, will that piece be, completed there? Or that's gonna be completed by somewhere else?
We are proposing to pave Morton Taylor Road from the intersection of Tyler and Morton Taylor to the entrance into the existing Walden Woods subdivision. I believe the street's called Heatherwood. Is that?
It's,
I think that's what, so we will do that, to the northern edge of Heatherwood.
that's all I have.
Is there any other questions?
No.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Hearing no other questions, I have a motion by trustee Kelly, support by clerk Wright to approve the request for the PRD site condominium modifications as recommended by the planning commission. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Hearing no, motion carries. Thank you.
To the township.
I will say, I think the planning commission gave him a run from his money, and we appreciated the fact that I think we got all the information that we wanted.
It was my pleasure.
Thank you. The sixth item is to consider approval of a special land use for the Pulte Homes for the proposed Cedar Chase development. Director Akers.
The request is consider special land use approval for the planned unit development agreement amendment to construct the 75 detached single-family units on the individual condo lots. This action is based on several McKenna and Associates reports, which are included in your packet, and this action has been recommended by the Planning Commission at their February 26, 2025 meeting. That concludes my summary, and I'm happy to answer any questions.
Hearing none, can I get a motion?
A motion for that. To consider, I make a motion to consider approval of special land use for Pulte Home for the proposed Cedar Chase development. And these are condominium, they are condos?
They're going to be site condominiums.
Site condo?
Yes.
Okay.
Do I
Okay.
have support? And I have support. Okay, I have a motion from Clerk Wright, support by Trustee Kelly. Are there any further questions or discussion? Hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Hearing none, motion passes. Thank you.
Thank you.
I have no reports. Is there any public comments on any non-agenda items? It doesn't look like I have any, so we'll move on. Is there any board comment on non-agenda items?
I just want to make one comment. And I'll talk more about it as we go. I should have, we did meet today, myself, the deputy, and the DPW director. We met with Wayne County Community College today to look at the concept of using their facility for more precincts going forward. But with the new structure that we have with early voting and absentee voting combined, we're looking into doing 2 super precincts with 4 locations there. Will be 4 precincts there and 3 here, with a total of 7. Sounds like that's going to be a go. They are fully in approval of it. Their accommodations, whatever, willing to make whatever accommodation that we need, and willing to work with us. So once we get our paperwork done and submitted, it sounds like we're going to be getting out of the schools and just using Van Buren Township as a precinct location in Wayne County Community College.
Good. Any other comments? Hearing none, can I get a motion for adjournment?
I make the motion, we,
Support.
A motion by Frazier, seconded by Kelly to adjourn. Motion to adjourn is not debatable, but all in favor?
Aye.
We stand adjourned at 6:19. Thank you very much and good night.
Thank you. Good night, everybody.
That's the way it's supposed to go.
That was, great job. Come on. Actually make football practice still. Nice job, Sherry. Thank you.
Nobody here anyway.
Yeah, there's no question. There's no nothing.
Yeah.
you can ask poor Rosemary's school board meeting last week was 3 hours.
Oh my gosh.
So no, that was her. So what we had somebody do this once when they set fire to the building, hoping that they would save themselves some demolition costs. But
And then you got the
we'd
bill.
already done the asbestos surveys on the building, and so what ended up happening is it cost 3 times the amount of money because we
Hey,
had to do more asbestos
Brad.
surveys.
Oh my gosh.
That we had initially
Brad.
planned, 'cause it was all contaminated.
Oh